Happy Arvo. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. I got a doozy on the list today by Georgia Rabbit. I already read this description, so I know it's a doozy. I mean, it's called Losing My Driving License, Victoria, Australia. That's originally, what got me interested, because I'm like, oh, okay, I like to see police interactions in Australia and stuff. It's always interesting to see how it's different than here in America. But then I read this, caught going 118 in an 80 zone. That's 73 in a 50. Thank you. That's pretty fast. Australia remains a laughing stock to the rest of the world with its speed limits. Its roads aren't any safer, and the police force are the literal definition of a mafia. Modern day police work at its finest. Damn! I got an itch. Damn! What the hell? Okay, let's see it. Let's see the mafia at work. Also, I literally reacted to a street in Australia that had no speed limit a couple of weeks ago. Granted, you guys said they changed that. I guess they keep, taking that away. But at least at some point in the recent past, it had no speed limit. So, I don't know. He says the speed limits are the laughing stock of the world. Okay. I didn't know that. Losing my license. I was just going to say go check out his channel link down below. I think this might be his only video. Let's hear him out. Okay, I will say, I'm trying to be objective here. 50 does seem pretty slow for this road. I would have thought it was 60 at least. I'm talking mile per hour. There's the cop. Just like an American cop would be, tucked in some weird spot. And you're done. You're done. Pull over. Trips me up. He's pulling over to the left. Okay. That's extremely uncommon here in America. But that makes sense when you're driving on the left. He's getting off the bike. I wouldn't know how to react if I got pulled over on a motorcycle. If you get pulled over in your car, getting out of your car is like a pretty bad idea. At least here in America. You don't want to necessarily, probably not do that. But getting off the bike, okay, interesting.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Seems like the nicest, older gentleman I've ever seen be a policeman so far. First impression.
What's your driver's license?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, he's already getting DUI? The breathalyzer out. Is that standard procedure? You just get breathalyzed if you're speeding? There's the backwards police. You gotta love it. So that in the rear view mirror, it's spelled, normal.
One of these. There we go.
Still run.
They definitely seem more relaxed than cops here in America typically would. He didn't come up to you saying, "Do you know why I pulled you over today?" License and registration.
West are you, Peter?
Yes. Yeah, just coming for a little ride.
Yeah. Random breath test.
Okay.
So just a deep breath and blow in here for me.
This is actually pretty interesting. They don't go straight to a breathalyzer. In fact, they can't. They can't go straight to a breathalyzer here in America. You have to have some kind of reasonable suspicion that the cop would think you're drinking, which I don't know. Maybe this is just standard procedure. That's pretty interesting.
There we go. Yep, that should do it. That's all good. And also a preliminary fluid test.
So it's all good. He wasn't drinking. That alone, that's pretty fascinating. Just breathalyzed, right? Just like
Let's
that.
do a drug test.
Okay.
What?
Give you this blue slide. You see those two pink tabs? Just wipe them down your tongue a couple of times for me from back to front. Have a look. See where it goes there. Just flip her over and put it on there. Have a look. I'll look after it. There.
I've actually never seen that anywhere. A little drug test on the go. I'm surprised I'm not familiar with that. I don't think cops carry that here in America. And let alone for it to just be pulled out like, okay, hey, we're drug testing you. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask you a few questions about
Yeah,
speed.
sure.
You don't have to answer me questions if you don't want. I'll just check your speed on the laser.
So you do have, the freedom to remain silent.
Okay.
Where we were sitting here, as you come towards me,
Yeah.
your speed was checked at 118 kilometres an hour.
Shit.
Now it's only an 80 zone here. Do you have any reason for exceeding the speed limit today?
No, I just came around.
Now, I kind of appreciate his forwardness about it. Here in America, they'll say, do you know how fast you were going? And the reason they do that is to incriminate you, to use it against you. If you admit how fast you were going, well then, there's no argument about it as far as, no, you clocked me wrong, or you read it wrong, or that was the wrong car or something. If you admit it, then that's that. So that's what they try to get you to do here in America. This cop just straight up said, hey, well, you were going this fast.
In the corner, and then it was a nice clear wide road, so I just opened it up a little bit.
Opened it up a bit?
Yeah.
Alright, do you wish
Opened it up a bit? Okay, it's a good excuse.
to inspect the reading on the laser at all?
Sorry?
You wish to inspect the reading on the laser at all?
Oh, I like that. That's cool. That's cool. So you can inspect, you can verify, okay, he read it correctly. I would do that. I would definitely do that. I'd be like, yeah, sure, just to make sure, see for myself. Okay.
Yeah, I can do. If that's,
Yeah.
that's
Show you the
okay.
laser.
If that's the thing.
Just have a look here.
Actually, I think that's a cool procedure right there.
Yeah. Pardon, I'll put the window there, we'll show you. That's your speed.
Right.
It's 118. You're 350 metres, 0.3 metres away from me when I finished checking your speed.
Yeah.
And that was 3 minutes ago, of course.
Okay.
If you look through that top viewfinder, you'll see a dot. See that dot up there?
Yeah.
I put that dot on your motorcycle. All
Okay.
right? And that's how it
This is kind of fun, to be honest. This would almost be like, I would almost pay to do this. So I would appreciate this little experience.
works, all right?
Right.
So this, the laser is our most accurate form
Right.
of speed measurement
Okay.
there, all right?
Jeez,
So
I
it's
didn't
going to be a
even-
fine
didn't
today.
even realise.
Yeah, way too fast, mate.
What is he mumbling? All of a sudden, they were both talking at the same time.
Right.
So this, the laser is our most accurate form
Right.
of speed measurement
Okay.
there, all right?
Jeez,
So
I
it's
didn't
going to be a
even-
fine today.
Didn't even realise.
Yeah, way too fast, mate.
Yeah.
38 k's over the speed limit.
Okay.
So just wait there for a minute.
You would definitely get a ticket for that here in America too. Going, what did he say it equated to? 73 and a 50, 23 miles per hour over? Yeah, that's a ticket. You're gonna have to show up to court too.
This motorcycle, and
What does that mean? I'm not massively.
you're in trouble.
Okay.
It's going to be a fine and
Okay.
a suspension of your driver's license.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
How long's that for? Do you know?
I'll have a look, but I think
I don't know why I'm shocked. I read that in the title, but I forgot, to be honest. He lost his license for that. Woohoo! Woo! That's strict. Here in America, man, to lose your license, you would have to be driving under the influence, or you would have had to have sped, more than once. It varies state by state, but you wouldn't just lose your license for speeding. Unless you were doing 40 over, maybe you would. You know, reckless driving.
I think it might be 6 months.
Am I allowed to go home?
Yeah, you're allowed to go home. Yeah, you can ride for the
Yeah.
next 28 days.
Okay.
And then there might be a 6-month suspension. Yeah.
6 months.
Okay.
I'll explain all that to you in a moment, okay?
Blimey.
Just
Oh,
sit
that's-
tight.
That's like pretty life. I don't want to say altering, but that's interfering with your life for sure. 6 months suspension. Then again, you know what? To be honest, to be completely honest, I don't really care. You know, like I don't sympathize too much, only because. I mean, if you're on a motorcycle, that's one thing. He's really mostly just putting himself in danger, which is a lot better than putting other people in danger. Because that's the thing that I really don't appreciate is people speeding that fast in a large car or in a car or in a truck, putting other people's lives at danger. If you're on a motorcycle, not really so much. I mean, you still are a danger, but mostly to yourself. That would be interesting if they had a different law, you know. Well, you know, you got a 3-month suspension because you were only putting yourself mostly at risk. If you were in a truck, you get a 6-month because that's a bigger risk to the public. That would be kind of weird. But interesting thought, I think.
That's a real shame.
But I guess, you know, I have a family and stuff, and I don't appreciate, like, just people speeding down the road and putting other people at risk in particular anymore. Maybe I'm just old. That was way less contentious than I thought it would be. Reading this description, I thought it was going to be fireworks. The police were very friendly. Now, whether, you know, I understand this person's issue with it, that is a very, very harsh sentence. 6 months suspended for speeding? Wow. That is freaking harsh. This is really harsh. Well, let me see what the comments said. I'm kind of curious. I once asked a cop, "Do you have any reason for speeding?" To which he replied, "Yes, I didn't see you." Oh, I once asked by a cop, "Do you have any reason for speeding?" I replied, "Yes, I didn't see you. If you weren't hiding, I wouldn't have sped." They just laughed, then fined me. I once said to cops, "You seem like reasonable chaps. I'm willing to forget it if you are too." It worked. This clip reminds me of a Top Gear episode where Jeremy shows a speeding ticket from California for a very Ron doing 210 mile per hour in a 65, and the max fine was $500. You should definitely lose your license for that. The speed limits in Oz are simply too low and getting lower all the time. You know, and this guy says it looks like it should be a 100 zone. And like I said at the beginning, I do agree with that. This does look... I mean, this merged lane is kind of throwing me off. But this is a 2-lane highway separated by a barrier, by a median. Yeah, I would think this was 60. Then again, I'm thinking, you know, I'm trying to compare it. Yeah, I would think this was 60 mile an hour. Which I guess would be something like, you know, let's see. It would be 20% higher. So it would be like about 100. About 100 seems good to me for this right here. There's some kind of weird law here in America where it's like the speed limits actually have, by law, the speed limits have to be what like a reasonable person would travel. something like that, something like that. So you would actually maybe be able to fight and be like, this road should actually be a faster speed limit. I don't know if that would get you out of a ticket, but you'd have a little argument there for the judge, maybe. Okay, that was really interesting. Very interesting. Go check out his channel, link down below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.